Lingers, and it is 7 o'clock on Saturday, which means it is time for a video tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and refresh off here to the left so that I'm certain I'm actually doing something. Well, I'm hearing myself, so that's a bad thing, but a good sign. So, hello, April and Carol and Linda and Bonnie and Robin and Rocky, Marva, Lorraine. Appreciate you guys coming. Hi, Rosie. Hey, Carol. I do appreciate y'all, as always, spending part of your weekend with me. So, we are going to look at a new suite. This is one I have been excited to play with, so I finally did it. And it is called the Take to the Skies suite. It's in the 24-25 annual catalog. It's one of like 7 or 8 or 9 suites in the new catalog. Y'all be able to get this on the 1st of May. There are 3 components to it. The first is the wonderful stamp set and dies that I used to create clouds and my sentiment and this cool airplane. And when I post tomorrow, I've got a picture that I'll share that shows kind of all of the dies, how the dies work in this set. It's really cool. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Well, maybe one day I will be $1 million stamp set maker. This one's pretty cool. I wonder if they could make a C5. I don't know. They'd probably want to make a C17 or something like that. But anywho, so here is our die set and our stamp set. And this is perfect for masculine cards, although it is far from restricted to masculine cards. I think this would be good for almost anyone, but it does have a very handy happiest Father's Day sentiment and also happy birthday. So really good. And I love this. I really do kind of like punny sentiments, and you're the best, plain and simple works for me. All right. But then you have some really, truly beautiful DSP. And it is in Night of Navy and boho blue and copper clay and mossy meadow and smoky slate. And it is wonderful. I really, really, really like this DSP. This one with all the biplanes on it. Alicia, you are welcome to keep that. We have absolutely had a beautiful day. The pollen is crazy, but it's gone. It's kind of starting to go away. So now this little piece right here, and I can't find the large piece of the rest of it. So whatever, it must be in the paper. This one, when it comes, it's going to look like this when you have it together as a 12 by 12 piece. All you have to do, there's one straight line here and one straight line there, and that's 4 inches. So if you'll just cut it 4 inches and 4 inches, then you'll get 3 strips that you can then cut on these dividers to get little panels, a large panel, 4 small panels, and then also 6 cut-outable tags. These are 2 inches wide, so you can cut them 2 inches and then just use your paper snips to snip the little corners off, and you've got some really cute tags right away. All right, so that is the DSP. It's called Take to the Skies. There's one other piece of the suite, and I did not use it today, mostly because it just didn't fit what I was looking for. But these are the industrial trinkets, and they're kind of fun. They're 2-sided. So on this side, you get kind of an engraved, like a pinwheel looking thing. But then if you turn it over and adhere it with that side up, they look kind of like rivets. So kind of cool and really very perfect for the suite. So let's go ahead and get started. And all of this will be on my blog tomorrow, so please don't even worry about taking notes, just enjoy. I am going to start with a smoky slate card base, and this is in the horizontal tint fold configuration like so. I'm going to use one of those pieces of, that flimsy clear stuff, acetate, that comes with the photopolymer sets now, and I'm going to use it to mask the not card front side of my card base. And then I'm going to take some smoky slate, and I'm going to use this. This looks like manufactured airplane siding with rivets and all. Pretty sure Rosie the Riveter was here. And I am just going to stamp this kind of all over, mostly the edges, because I'm going to cover it with a die cut, so it's not really all that critical, but it's kind of fun to get it all covered up. And it's tone on tone, so it's not really going to leap out at you, but it's going to be there. You'll know it's there. And I kind of think you would know if you had not done this, okay? But that's just me. Thank you, Charlotte. I enjoyed talking with you this afternoon while I got my cream of the bottom drawer dinner ready. Okay, so there we go. All covered up. I'll put this away so I don't have an inkatastrophe. And I will then also put this away because it's got ink on it. I'm going to wipe that off before I do something goofy. All right, so there we go. So we can now fold that in half and give it a little burnish. And there we have our card front. Now, using a deckled rectangle, it's actually not the biggest one or the next to biggest one, but the second to the biggest one. I cut out a piece of this cloud strewn DSP from Take to the Skies. It's the one that has the plaid on the back. And we're going to adhere it here. Now, just so you know, there is a right side up to this. You can see that that doesn't look right at all. I mean, I suppose you could be inverted, but it would still be weird. Okay, so don't do that. Put it on right side up. Okay. Thought that stamp was the ground from the air. No, ma'am. That would be, those are rivets. You can kind of see that's rivets if you look. And it looks like panels to me. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And we've had a small disaster here today. We've run out of peppermints. And that, if you don't know, is a pony catastrophe. I had to give her a piece of apple to persuade her that she'd gotten her after dinner treat. We tried to get peppermints delivered from Walmart. And you know, in the Walmart place, you can tell them where to deliver and how to do it. And I said, we have a gate. Please stick the bags inside the gate. And then, you know, there's a text that says it's delivered. So about 3 o'clock, I get a text that says, we tried to deliver, but we couldn't get to the house. Okay, great. So we've got the gate open now, hoping they will come again so that I don't have to try to fool her in the morning. All right, so we're just going to cover that like so, and then we'll set it aside. Now, using these 2 dies, this is our fuselage, all right, and I have made my fuselage in Mossy Meadow. And then I went full Coach handbag and used copper clay with it to do the struts and the wings and the tail and the engine cowling. And so that is what we're going to use to create our airplane when I find, okay, wait, just wait a hot second. Oh, there it is. It was hiding behind my computer. It was hiding behind my computer. All right, so here we go. Here are the 2 elements that create the airplane. And then there's a die that cuts out 2 little propellers. But just so you know, you really only need 1 propeller. Okay, just saying. And I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue. And you can see this part right here touches the fuselage. These wheel parts touch the fuselage. The engine cowling touches the fuselage. But the top wing really doesn't. Okay, so I'm not going to put any glue there. This back piece of the elevator does also touch, so we'll get a little bit of glue on there. If you put glue on the top of the top wing, you'll just need to be careful that it's dry before you settle it down anywhere. Okay, because it'll be kind of thicky. It's going to be kind of thicky for you. Just saying. Hello, everybody. I appreciate you guys coming. Kathy, glad you caught me live too. Okay, so you just want to take a little time here to line the wheelie wheels up and the elevator and the bottom of the fuselage. There we go. And there you have a totally adorable airplane. And then we're going to give it a go mechanism here. Everything needs a go mechanism. And I'm going to put it on just like that. Oh, how fun. Okay, now let me close this up. I've also done a little bit of cloud die cutting, not all of it. Oh, and let's see, I must have lost my shoot fire. Where did that go? Oh. Well, I'll have to cut another one of those. Okay, so we're going to have some clouds up here We should have it right side up. And we're going to have this little guy slip in the surlies. You guys know that poem by John Gillespie, yeah? Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the sky on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed. Okay, so we're gonna let him kind of play amongst the clouds here. All right. Now, a very, very cool aspect of this set is that your sentiment, this one in particular, will fit right inside the large cloud. Okay, so I'm going to stamp two things here in boho blue. The first thing is going to be the sentiment that's going to go in the cloud, and that's going to be our "You're the Best" plain and simple sentiment in boho blue. And then I'm also going to stamp "To My Friend," and we're going to cut it out with the handy, oh, that did not work at all. Goodly done. Well done, Mary, well done. Let's see if we can make that work a little better. There, that's much better. Much more better. Now, let me show you what I'm going to do here, okay? First off, I'm going to also cut copper clay. I know I cut this, but I must have dropped it on the floor. It happens. It's been that day. I've got it's hot mess season here in the craft room. So I'm going to cut one of these from copper clay. I'm going to cut this sentiment with the cloud. And I would suggest that you stamp the sentiment first and then cut it like I did, because it does fit and it fits nicely, but it fits like a glove. And then I'm also going to cut out that small sentiment with this banner. Now, here, you know what? Let me cut this right quick so I can show you what we're doing here. Just a minute, just 1 second, okay? Be hanging on. Be hanging on for just 1 moment, please. 1 moment, please, while I connect you to your party. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. All right, here I come. I'm coming. So, this is like the tow harness. I don't know what they call them. I never wanted to tow anything, so I did not learn it. But it's going to go on this little pointy end of the banner. But I don't really have enough room for it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cheat this sentiment to the back of the banner. And then I'm going to adhere this and do just a little snip to cut it off, okay? Now, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, okay? Do not leave. Do not leave. The video is not over. Don't go anywhere. Be hanging on. Be hanging on. Are you hanging on? You are. Okay, good. All right. And then I'm going to cut that out. Hang on, I gotta pick up my dies. They went flying. Okay, here we go. And we can put this away. Okay, thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate you hanging. All of you hangers, I appreciate that. All right, so let's go ahead and make our little, I'm gonna make this guy last because I'm gonna need to kind of know how long he can be. And it's gonna kind of depend on how I adhere everything else to the card front, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to adhere these guys with some liquid glue and maybe tuck a dimensional under the top part, okay? Depending on how crazy you get and how much overlapping hanging you get. Tucking that little guy under, and then this little guy who did not want to be tucked, apparently. I need to get him with the other side. Okay, there we go. We'll put him like that. If y'all have never flirted with puffy clouds and a good airplane, you've missed a very good thing. Okay, now this little guy, our aerospace vehicle, is going to go just like this. So he's climbing out, and he's going to be huffing and puffing with the puffies, just like that. And I'm going to put this guy here. And I want to kind of tuck the wheel there so that it looks like he's flying in and out of the clouds, because that's what you do when you play with the puffies. You fly in and out of the clouds, and you fly around them. All right, so we're going to put that just like, actually, I think I'm going to go like that with that one. Yeah, I am. But let's go ahead and put this on first. Yes, it would look very good on a slimline card. It would look very, very good on a slimline card. I'm going to go ahead and use it this way a little bit. All right. And then we'll adhere Mr. Aerospace Vehicle with liquid glue. Like that. Now you don't want that cloud over him, because that's just a little too much. That's crazy talk right there. All right, and then let's go ahead and use a little liquid glue here. Actually, I think we'll let's maybe pop him up on a dimensional, huh? Maybe? I don't know. No, I don't know. Let me see if I did that on the other one. Yeah, actually I popped this guy up on a dimensional too. That's okay. You can do him on a dimensional or not, your choice. All right? But I am going to put a dimensional right under that piece right there. Thank you, Linda. It was very nice to meet you. I enjoyed meeting quite a few folks there last weekend. I can't believe it's already been a whole week since that event. That's crazy. Okay, so there is the card. Now we need to kind of do a little fitting, okay? And to do that, you're going to put the end of the harness to be coming out the back of the airplane like it would be, and kind of hold it down and slide this in. Okay, so if I adhere the tow hook right about there and then cut it off, I'm going to have the exact right distance. Okay, so it's going to be about 1/4 of an inch from the end of the sentiment. And again, it's really not rocket science. Do only put liquid glue on this little harness part, okay? Because otherwise you're going to have liquid glue where you don't want it until you're ready to want it there. Did that make any sense at all to you, what I just said? Are you understanding the words coming out of my mouth? Okay, so we're going to let that dry for just a second. Close this up. Oh, I'm glad, Rocky. I guess that means I'm doing my job. And then I'm just going to cut this off. It's really not very difficult. And we'll cut it off just like that. Okay. And there you have your toe banner. All right. So we'll put a little liquid glue on here. This piece right here is this die in the set. Okay. And basically this is the harness that you use to tow a banner. So this is like those banners that say, "Brandy, will you marry me?" But this says, "To my friend." And I'm just going to put a little liquid glue up here. And go ahead and pick the end of the airplane up with your anything. And then set it down like that. And just make sure you push it in enough that this is not extending past the end of the card. And that's all there is to that, y'all. Now, I suppose if you really wanted to, you could add some rivets, but I don't think I need them. And I actually kind of don't even want them. So I'm calling that my card. All right. We've got slipping and surlying and all the things. Let me straighten that up. Otherwise it looks like he's fixing to have a problem. Now, for the inside, I am going to take the very cool cloud die, or this is a stamp. This is not a die at all. It's a stamp. And I'm going to stamp it in the center of a basic white panel in smoky slate ink. And it's going to be kind of straight like that. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp, no, Mary did not need a tow hook. Neither did she need a tail hook, because we did not land on boats in the middle of the ocean, because I was not nearly that brave. Okay, now in boho blue, I'm going to stamp another sentiment. It's "You Always Lift Me Up," and I'm doing it right over that cloud. Just like that. And then there's another little aerospace vehicle, and I am going to, yes, I did fly planes, Sherry, I certainly did. I am going to stamp this little guy in copper clay, and I'm going to stamp him right about there. Just like that. Now, let me, before I get all this put away, because that was goofy, let me go ahead and get my envelope done. And let's see, where's my smoky slate? This afternoon, while I was making the rest of the card, I know, that's how I am. I'm a just-in-time kind of stamper. I very happily stuck my boho blue sentiment in my, my copper clay airplane in my boho blue stamp set. So I had to do some, or ink pad, so I had to do some ruffling around. Okay, so here's our envelope. I'm going to go in this bottom right corner. This is the left corner, so use the left corner, okay? Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then make sure we have airplane, not sentiment, and we'll give it a little stamp right there. Get it? This is airmail. It's airmail now. It was funny. I know that you're laughing, and I just can't hear you because you're on your Zoom. That's probably it. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere our inner liner to a Mossy Meadow mat. And then into our card. I will say the industrial trinkets are kind of thick, so if you use them, be prepared to add a little bit of weight to your card. All right, right now I would call this one probably 1 stamp worth. Maybe not, you would need to weigh it, but it isn't extra thick by any stretch. All right, so there's our card. And I'm going to use some more of the white puffies on the envelope flap with a little bit of liquid glue. Bing, bada boom, bada boom, bada da boom, bada da boom. Thanks, Rocky. Was that a pity laugh? That was a courtesy laugh, wasn't it? Again, make sure your clouds are, flat on the bottom, puffy on the top. That's how they roll. Just saying. I really love this paper a lot right here. I mean, I like the back too, so that means I'm probably going to need more of it. I'm so happy that this paper is going to be around for a solid year. Yeah. Score. So, get ready to have some fun making airplanes in all the different livery colors that you can come up with. Just do different colors for your fuselage and your wings and engine cowling. Don't forget to use something different